Hi, in this video we are going to practice using commands. It says practice with commands 1. We're going to have another practice later, but this is the one that we're going to use to actually practice talking about how to learn about technology. Look at the objective that we have for this lesson. Use commands to talk about how to learn about technology. All right? But first of all, let me give you a quick review of commands in some general areas. And for that, we can remember that for a command, we just need to start the sentence or start the command with the base form of the verb. No conjugations, nothing. For example, look at this. Read every day. It is a command that starts with the verb read, which is being used in its base form. No conjugations, no s's, nothing. Next, protect your skin from the sun. That is a direct command. Be patient. It uses the verb be, but as you can see, we're not conjugating the verb be. We just use the base form of that verb. Be patient. Things will happen at the right time. Keep track of the trends related to your areas of interest. Keep track means stay attentive to what is going on in the areas that interest you. And if you are attentive to what is going on in your area, you will keep up to date, we say. But the expression I want to help you remember in this lesson is keep track of. We're going to use it in a moment as well. Become familiar with the fundamentals of AI. What is AI? Artificial intelligence. So become familiar. It means that you need to familiarize yourself, that you need to learn, so that you have to, so that you can be aware of what is going on in the area of artificial intelligence, and here specifically the fundamentals. What is the most important thing about that? Because it is a trend that will become more and more common in our everyday life. All right? So let's have our first practice. Complete the following commands using the keywords given for each sentence. This is a general practice before we run into or move into the one that we have for this lesson. But this is going to help us remember that we use what? The base form of the verb. And in these sentences, I am giving you a verb and one extra word so that with those two words, you complete the sentence. But you may have to add some extra words to connect those words that I'm giving you to complete the sentence. So it is not just adding the two verbs, the two words there, but completing the sentence meaningfully. All right? So pause my video, complete the activity, think very carefully. That's another command, think. And when you're ready, you resume the video to see my answers. All right, go ahead. Pause the video, complete the activity, please. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for having done that. And here are some sample answers. The first one says, ask your teacher, we don't say ask teacher. Ask your teacher if he accepts a PDF file instead of a printed copy of your report. Why? Because we try to save paper. If we don't need to, we can just use an electronic file instead of just using paper. All right, next. Tell your parents whenever you have to print a paper so that they can help you. A paper in this case, to print a paper is an assignment, a written assignment, usually for school. All right, tell your parents. That is a command. Next, easy. Pay attention in class so you understand all the content for our final exam. All right, next. Keep track of the time you spend using technological devices. That is a command that is actually a very strong recommendation that we have to make ourselves, because sometimes we dedicate too much time to technology and not to the things to other things that are also important in our lives. All right? Next, check your agenda daily to turn in your homework on time. If you keep track, again, of the assignments that you have in an agenda, it's going to be easier for you to turn them in on time, to give them to the teacher on time. All right? Now, after you have checked the answers to that activity, I have here the practice that is the main objective of this lesson. Write a list of suggestions to a friend about how they can become better at using technology. Think about it. What would you say to a friend if you want to help them become better at using technology? All right? So think about some pieces of advice that you would give them, some 5-6 things that you could tell them about how they can become better at using technology. So think about it for a moment, pause my video, complete the activity, and when you're ready, you resume the video. Go ahead, pause my video now, please. All right, thank you. Thank you for having completed the activity. I hope that you have your recommendations for your friend ready. And let me show you some answers that a girl wrote. Right, she said, watch tutorials to learn about tech topics of interest. Watch tutorials. That is a very good direct command that helps you with this. Next, read blogs about practical tips to make your life easier with technology. Yes, technology helps us make our life easier, but we need to learn how to do that. So it is important that we read, for example, blogs to learn about technology. Next, learn to use more features of your cell phone. You have a cell phone and you probably may not be using all the features that it has, so it's good to learn those. That's how we can learn about technology. Next, use more keyboard shortcuts to work faster on your computer. Sometimes we use a mouse or a mouse pad, but we may not know that there are some keyboards, some combinations of keys that we can use to complete tasks much faster than if we just use a mouse. All right, so that is a good tip. Next, optimize your computer so that it can process and store information more efficiently. That's very good too. Take a class on how to fix the most common tech problems. Wow, I hadn't thought about that. There are classes that teach you how to solve common problems with technology, and it would be a very good idea for you to do that, for us to do that. Wow, that was very good. So now, as usual, I am going to pause my video so that you can listen to the pronunciation of the native speaker, and as she pronounces this, you're going to repeat after her at the same speed and using her pronunciation. All right? Go ahead, listen and practice, please.
Watch tutorials to learn about tech topics of interest. Read blogs about practical tips to make your life easier with technology. Learn to use more features of your cell phone. Use more keyboard shortcuts to work faster on your computer. Optimize your computer so that it can process and store information more efficiently. Take a class on how to fix the most common tech problems.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for having accompanied me in this practice session with commands. Remember that we use the base form of the verb to express a command in English. All right? So thank you. Thank you very much for having completed the activity, and I'll see you in the next one.